Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon to all our friends joining us from the J-MENA region or the MENA region. I'm Khawla from the J-MENA project, and I'm happy to be talking today in cooperation with my colleagues to introduce to you Kyushu University and more opportunities available at our university. While waiting for our friends to join us, allow me to introduce to you the agenda of our session. So first, we'll be introducing studying in Japan. I'll be in charge of introducing Kyushu University, one of the imperial Japanese universities, and also my colleague, Dr. Abdulrahman, a currently faculty member at the IGSES, will be in charge of introducing a graduate school at Kyushu University and an English-based program called the IEI program. Join us today for more details about the program, the facilities, the requirements, and the benefits of joining Kyushu University, the IGSES school, and the II program. Also, we have invited two friends, two current students of Kyushu University, to join us today and to talk about their experience of moving to Japan to study and what kind of things they are having right now at Kyushu University. Do not hesitate to join us and to keep enjoying the session. Please, if you have any question, do not hesitate to write it in the Q&A box, and we will make sure to answer all of your inquiries during the session. So, as I mentioned before, I'm Khawla from the J-MENA project, currently project assistant professor in charge of promoting English-based programs available at Japanese universities. The J-MENA is the abbreviation of Japan, Middle East, North Africa. It's a regional project dedicated to help prospective students who are currently interested to join Japanese universities to study either in English or in Japanese, and so on. So we are based at Kyushu University, and we are in cooperation with more than 30 Japanese universities, offering multiple choices for future students coming from the MENA region. We have two abroad offices, one in Ankara, Turkey, where our colleague Merve Sanchi is doing a great job. And also we have an office in Cairo, in Egypt, led by Professor Tamer. So again, welcome everyone to this session, and we hope that it's going to be fruitful for you, especially those who are aiming to apply for future doctoral courses like we are aiming to introduce today. So this is Kyushu University, as I mentioned, one of the imperial Japanese universities, and this is Ita campus, the main campus of our university, and it's one of the largest campuses actually in Japan. Yes, so Kyushu University is well ranked in Japan and globally, and is offering a variety of programs, either in English or in Japanese for our friends. So it's ranked among the top 150 universities globally and 6 in Japan, and it offers a great, let's say, a great or diverse community. We have more than 2,000 international students, and we're happy to say that Kyushu University is one of the top universities hosting international students coming from the MENA region. So all these will help you to create or to have stable and rich student life at Kyushu University. At Kyushu University, we have 12 undergraduate schools and also 19 graduate schools. Among them, the Interdisciplinary Graduate School of Engineering Sciences exists, the one that we presented, and we are highlighting today the benefits or the different opportunities available at this school. Kyushu University is also committed to achieve one of the targets by 2030, and these will help students to be working on top-notch project in terms of research and cooperation. So we all welcome students to join our university and to benefit from all the amenities we have at Kyushu University. As I mentioned, the big library, we have one of the famous hydrogen stations, etc. Kyushu University has 4 campuses. One, the main campus is Ita campus, and we have other 3 campuses. The hospital campus, the home for the pharmaceutical sciences and medical studies. Also, Ohashi campus for the design, etc. And Chikushi Campus, the home for the IGSES school promoting or having the II program. So where is Kyushu University located? Well, in Fukuoka, one of the beautiful cities in Kyushu Island. As you can see in the map, Fukuoka is very beautiful, as you can see from the pictures, very safe, very close to the other parts of the Asian continent. Actually, is known to be the Asia Gate to all Japan. And these can be reflected by the rich cuisine, the rich culture, and yes, so students who are living here in Fukuoka, they're enjoying the vibes and they're having fun time, I believe, and it's also well connected to the other parts of Japan. It's not that far to Tokyo and to other major cities, as Japan is well connected via transportation, Shinkansen, domestic flights, etc. So all these makes Kyushu University a very attractive university for all our prospective students coming from the MENA region. As you can see here, Fukuoka has been ranked among the first top cities in Japan in terms of young population, in terms of its access to the airport, its growth potential, etc. So Fukuoka can be a great destination for you guys to pursue your studies. One thing important about Fukuoka, or among the top things, is that living in Fukuoka is not that expensive, especially if we compare to other cities, major cities like Tokyo. And these conditions help students to establish a smooth student life here so they can manage their time, their expenses, especially while studying at Kyushu University in Fukuoka. Of course, some part-time jobs are allowed, but these help students to have a smooth life and to enjoy Kyushu, the island and the natural vibes here. And talking about expenses, many students are curious to know about the scholarships, if the university offers scholarships, what kind of tuition fees they should pay for the university, etc. So I would like to introduce to you that, or to tell you that studying in Japan is not that expensive, especially if you check the tuition fee waivers for most national universities, and it doesn't exceed $4,000 per year for the national universities. However, of course, it's more expensive for other private institutions, but make sure that studying in Japan is not that expensive, especially living in Fukuoka, and especially, of course, joining Kyushu University and living near the dormitories, let's say. I would like to clarify one thing for our students is that students can apply for scholarships. So those who apply for scholarships, they can have their monthly allowance, which will help them, of course, for managing their expenses, and they don't have to worry about paying tuition fees. And students can apply for the governmental Japanese scholarship via two ways. Let's make it simple. So either through the university recommendation or embassy recommendation. So for today's presentation, we're focusing on the university recommendation way. So students who are considering applying for Kyushu University, they need to submit their documents to the university, okay? So join us till the end so you can understand how I can get a max scholarship via university recommendation, okay? And we're happy to explain more details about these in the Q&A session. Of course, the students who are joining Kyushu University, they will have many facilities, among them being in the dormitory, staying in the dormitory, and these help a lot students to manage their expenses because of the rent is not that expensive if we compare to other apartments, let's say. And the benefits of staying in dormitory, that they are close to the campus, so they can also manage the transportation cost. And having a bike, actually, it helps a lot. So again, why studying at Kyushu University and why studying at IGSES? Because we have, or recently we have a new dormitory with the new facilities, as you can see in the pictures, and these makes life very easy for students. Also at Kyushu University, we have other facilities like cafeteria, enjoying halal food. And of course, in the main campus, city campus, you can have access to other facilities like the library, swimming pool. We have the gym, so you can enjoy in your free time, plus the clubs and the Kyushu University Foreign Students Association. I believe we have another one, KISA, which will be presented, let's say, by Chikushi Campus. But in general, the extracurriculum activities at Kyushu University are highlighted, and we highly welcome all our students to join Kyushu University. Before moving to the program or to promoting Chikushi Campus and our school, I would like to highlight these 7 steps for our future students who would like to pursue their studies in Japan. So basically, we need to follow these 7 steps to achieve their goal, and we can start by gathering information like you're doing right now. So it's important to gather information, know the school, know the program you're interested in, and choose the program based on your wish major, and then try to prepare your documents and apply within the deadline, and just follow the admission process, etc. So without making it longer, I would like to introduce the II program available at or offered by the Intellectual Exchange. Sorry, the II is the abbreviation of the Intellectual Exchange and Innovation Program provided by the Interdisciplinary Graduate School of Engineering Sciences. And for these, I would like to welcome Dr. Abdurrahman, who is a faculty member at the IGSES, to introduce Chikushi Campus and so on. Dr. Abdurrahman, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khawla, for the nice introduction about Kyushu University, and also give very useful links for studying Japan. So now I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay. Can you see the screen in
Yes,
presentation
perfect.
mode?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm gonna move this one. Okay, so thank you for arranging this event. Thanks for Dr. Khawla and J-MENA office, and also the global office in Chikushi Campus, Mr. Ito, and other members. Here is Abdurrahman Zakaria. Currently, I'm Associate Professor of the Interdisciplinary Graduate School of Engineering Sciences, abbreviated to IGSES, in Kyushu University in Chikushi Campus. So today I will give a brief introduction about our campus, and then I will give more information about the II Mixed Scholarship. As mentioned by Dr. Khawla, in Kyushu University we have 19 graduate schools, mainly in E2 campus, which is the main campus of this university, but we have the Interdisciplinary Graduate School of Engineering Sciences in Chikushi campus. So this place, or the campus, as you can see here in this picture, the picture is for the same place in during the 4 seasons, from winter, spring, and summer, and fall. The Chikushi campus, as you can see in the right side, it's located in Onoju City, and it's only 10 minutes by the train to the mid town, or the Hakata place, or Hakata city, which is the downtown of this of Fukuoka city. The campus is large campus, but it's only for graduate studies. We don't have undergraduate courses. So this is a campus again, and in Chikushi campus there are many international activities, including KISA, and also which is similar to KUFSA of the all of Kyushu University for foreign students. And as I mentioned, it's accessible by train or by Nishitsu, which is a subway. And also the number of international students in this campus is very large compared to other campuses. We have almost 63% of doctoral course from international, and also we have 25.5% of the total master students are international students. So here are the main departments, or the main majors in IGSES, or in the Chikushi campus. We have 3 main categories, and total of 6 departments, from the physical science and engineering chemistry and material science, device science and engineering, mechanical and system engineering, earth system, plasma and quantum science. In addition, we have also two institutes in this campus, in Chikushi Campus. We have the Institute for Material Chemistry, and we have Institute for Renewable Energy, which is called REAM. So total is 8 categories. You can join any of them during the application to the scholarship that I'm going to mention next. So the main thing for today, the International Education Program in Chikushi Campus. I'm going to explain about IEI program, which is an intellectual exchange and innovation program. Actually, this program has two categories. The first category called category DA, which is a scholarship. You can receive the fund from the mixed or the Japanese government to study your PhD. And the other category called category DB, which means self-funded. Self-funded, that means you apply as IEI program, but you pay your own tuition fees and expenses. So for today's session, we are focusing on the scholarship category D. So the program in total aims to foster the science and engineering, which is really important to understand. This scholarship is for science and engineering because you must study in Chikushi campus. You cannot apply to another professor from Ito campus or another campuses to study under this program. It's a special program by mixed scholarship to study in engineering and sciences. So the category DA, which is a scholarship, has some features. As you can see here, you can receive the scholarship of 145,000 Japanese yen per month, and you have exemption from the tuition fees for the 3 years period of your PhD study in Japan. The important thing that the medium of instructions of all courses is English. You have no Japanese studies or some science courses or engineering courses in Japanese, but you can have some Japanese language class to just practice your Japanese language. This program has a research-based doctoral program with several modules. You can join different labs during your PhD as an orientation rotation lab. You can join for 1 month or 2 months different lab beside your PhD work. Then this program is not only to study in your PhD in Japan, but also you will gain a lot of knowledge of Japanese culture and society and industry and so on. So here's the timeline of the IEI program scholarship for 2025. At first, the call opened, which is already opened in June 2024. And from this date of the opening from June, you should start contacting the supervisors. And from the list of the supervisor, I will show later how to find the host supervisor. So you can keep contacting supervisor to the next step, which is the screening. In the screening, you must submit your documents and you must pass all interviews, maybe 2 or 3 interviews during August 19 to September 20. So this means the deadline of submission of documents is September 20. So you must contact supervisor from June until let's say September 20, but of course before that you must prepare proposal and you must prepare the pass 2 interviews or more. Then I believe that today is August 6th. You still have time to start contacting supervisors and ask for interviews. And after the interview, you can prepare your document and you can submit during the period of submission from 19 August to 20 September. And the submission here is online or soft copy of your documents. You don't need to submit the hard copy first. Then the third is the results will be announced in late November 2024. And once you receive the email, you must prepare the origin document. So you must send the original documents to the person in charge of the student office by late January 2025. After that, you will receive mixed approval around mid of June 2025. And finally, you must enroll as an international student in IGSES as 1st of October. So usually you arrive in Japan if you have been selected to Kyushu University, you must arrive before September 30. So usually 25 or 27, you arrive in Japan and attend the orientation week. Then you start your study from October 1st, which is the first semester of international students. So what is the eligibility of this scholarship? Who can apply to this scholarship? Actually, you must obtain bachelor and master degrees. So for the master degree, you can apply now, and because the scholarship, PhD scholarship will start from October 1st, you can apply until you receive the master scholarship, master degree on September 30. So if you are within the final stage of your master, then you can also apply and you can claim the expectation date of graduation from your master. But even if you accept it, it's called a conditional accept. Then you must submit your master degree certificate before you start the scholarship. Another thing, you must get a very, let's say, average, not so high GPA. If it's a total of 4, you must gain 3 or more, of course. So more than 3, like 3.5 or 3.8, will get more priority in the selection. And if your university work with the GPA total of 3, you must get 2.3. Another thing is the official English certificate. You must get certificate of B2, and B2 is you just get a certificate from your own university that you studied in English, and you have that B2 certificate equivalent to B2. But if you have IELTS or TOEFL certificate, for example, IELTS more than 6 or even 5.5, you can apply and it will give you more priorities. So for the age limitation, you must be under 35 years old, and that means you must be a person who born after 2nd April 1990, and you must be national or have the nationality of the listed countries. I will show the listed countries next. And also, finally, you must be not under the military call or service, so that after you apply and you accept it, you can travel. If you are under the call of military, you cannot travel, then you will lose the scholarship. So now let's show the nationality of listed countries. This is the countries listed for this scholarship from the Middle East, Afghanistan, Bahrain, and others, and Yemen, and so on. And from Africa, there are almost all of African countries are listed here. So if you are one of these countries, if you own the nationality of these countries, you can apply to the scholarship. So here is one point. If you are a national of this or a citizen of these countries, but you are living abroad, for example, you are living in a different country not indicated or listed here, but you are still have the citizenship of this country, you can apply through the Japanese embassy in your countries that you are residing in. But one important thing, if you accept it, for example, you live in USA and USA is not indicated, but you are, for example, Mali citizenship, then you can apply, but you cannot receive the airfare ticket from US to Japan. Only the ticket paid from the origin country to Japan. Okay, this is the important point. So here is a list of required documents. For the first document is the application form. It's basic information about yourself, including pictures and name and some information, which is really very easy to prepare. Then the research proposal, you must prepare the research proposal of your PhD study together with your host professor. And also you must prepare abstract for your master's thesis, very short abstract, and academic transcripts. You just prepare the academic transcripts from your university, bachelor and master, your English test, as mentioned before, a copy of your passport, invitation letters, and only one invitation letter, and then referee reports reference reports or letters from two academic reference. For the number 8, you must prepare or must ask one professor or someone who co-worker with you to issue this letter, reference letter, and he explained how he knows you and how is your experience and so on. So, and for number 2 and number 7, I prefer to highlight them, which are very important, the research proposal and the invitation letters. So let's start with number 7, the invitation letter. How to get the invitation letter from the host professor, which is the very important step. Without this step, you cannot apply to the scholarship or the IEI program scholarship. At first, you must check the list of candidate professors through this link. So if you just Google the IEI program scholarship, and you will find the list of professor or host professor list. Once you click, then you can find the list. So I can show something like if we, yeah, it's maybe more beneficial if I can show. Yeah. So this is a website for the scholarship. If we go back, so this is the scholarship website. You can easily find in Google. After you open this one, you go down and you will find this one, find a supervisor. Okay, so if the screen is not showing well, someone can just tell me. Dr. Khawla, is it showing well?
Yeah, it's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, yes. So here is for our students. This is a program. Then you can find the application guidelines here. And then you can go down and just click this one, find supervisor. Here's the list of all potential supervisors. So you can find the name of supervisor, his email, and research keywords and potential research and so on. So just go down until you find your match your research. Then you can email the professor on his email and ask for the invitation letter and more discussion with him. Okay, so back to the presentation. Okay, just okay. So yes, so now sorry. Okay, so we just mentioned about how to find the supervisor from the list of candidate supervisors. And next, you should send a short email to one professor. This is very important. You should not send 3-4 emails to many professors and you mention the same, you are interested in his work and so on, because this school is not so big school and most of supervisors, they know each others. So if you apply to 2 laboratories and they discuss together and they discovered you are, sorry to say, cheating them, it's both of them will obviously or definitely will reject you. So send short email to one professor and wait for a few days and then send a reminder. If he has if you receive no response, then you can go forward to next supervisor. So I just try to write a very short, let's say, email example here. So if your email is very long, most supervisors consider it as spam. So at first, subject should be very clear subject so that once I receive the email, I can see the subject and understand what is the content. So for example, candidate PhD student for IEI program or candidate students to your research group or interesting students to research group, like that way. Okay, then you start with dear professor, and please confirm the correct name of the professor. If you emailing, for example, me, Abdurrahman, and you mention dear Professor Hussam or something, it's very strange. So I will never go through the rest of the email because you cannot find the correct name of the supervisor. Then you must indicate your name and I'm currently studying or working at your place of university, or example, and you are a research assistant or whatever your position. Then you explain when you obtained your master or expected to obtain, from which university and which country. After that, you start the request. You want to apply to IEI program under his supervision, and your research is something that is matching to his research. Then you refer to your CV. You can include your CV to the first email. Please don't include your proposal from the first email. Okay, this is very important. And finally, you must finish. Looking forward to hearing from you for further discussion and interviews. Then you mention best regards and your name and affiliation. That's all for the email. After send the email, you must receive a reply. Then you can arrange for the interview. For the interview, you must prepare yourself for the interview by doing these steps. You must prepare presentation about your previous research, about approximately 15 minutes, and include around 2 or 3 slides about the idea for PhD research in the host laboratory. It's very important to not mention any fake information about your experience. For example, if you are not, you never, for example, study in foreign countries, you mentioned I have internship or conference or whatever, because you will go through many interviews, and if your information is sometimes has conflict, then it's clearly you are telling the fake information. Just be confident in your replies and answers in the interview, and if you cannot understand any question during the interview, you can ask the professor to repeat. Usually you will pass through different maybe 2 or 3 interviews. First one will be with the host professor. Then if he feel it's okay to go further with your application, he will ask other professors, 2 or more professors from the same department, to interview you. And it's not very heavy interview, but it's very important to be on time, to be prepared, and to be confident, as I mentioned, and just tell the truth about your research experience and so on. And this is all for the interviews. After the interview, the professor will ask you to prepare the proposal, and the proposal should be 2 pages and must be aligned with the host professor research. Never do the proposal or write a proposal based on your idea, which is not matching the research facility on the host professor. For example, you apply for one laboratory who is doing carbon materials, and you are doing theoretical physics, and you write a proposal in theoretical physics, and you try to apply. Of course, he will never accept this proposal because it's not matching with his research activities. And also, at the same time, it must align with your research experience. If you are theoretical physicists, then you cannot apply for experimental or but there are some, of course, barriers or some overlapped area. You can apply within this area because you are going to do your PhD. You're still a student, you are not postdoc, so you can learn new things, but should not be completely different from your education background. Your proposal must be free of grammar mistakes and typo errors, and it's also recommended to include some figures and schematic diagrams. Your proposal can consist not only limited to these things like title, introduction, literatures, and it's better to include literature from the host professor group, his previous papers or so on. And also literature can, if they are very good matching with this laboratory and you have some work on this, you can also refer to this work and include the citation of your paper. You must have some hand-on experience, or if you have some hand-on experience, you can mention them, and you mention in the proposal, we will measure scanning electron microscope or atomic force microscope, and this because in the interview, if he asked you, then you mentioned I have some experience on this. It's highly recommended to prepare the proposal after the first interview, because if you prepare in advance and attach to the first email, the professor will hesitate to reply because you already decide your future research, which is difficult to change. Then the professor will hesitate to accept you with the solid idea or a solid proposal. Then it's recommended to be flexible in the topic of proposal. Just be flexible with professor research activities to learn new things and discover more research topics in Kyushu University. That's all from my side. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdulrahman. I hope everyone got good details about the program. So we highly recommend to read carefully the application guidelines, to prepare all the required documents and to follow the process as it is described. And if you have any future inquiries, you can connect us to the J-MENA and we can forward your request to the faculty members. But please make sure to read the application guidelines carefully and to prepare all your documents. And before the submission, try to check that all the required documents are submitted. So in case, your application will not be rejected. And one thing we would like to share, as Dr. Abdulrahman mentioned, please try to submit your application before the deadline. Do not wait the day of the deadline to submit all the documents. In case you're having missing documents, you're still having time to resubmit again, so you won't miss the current call. Thank you again, Dr. Abdulrahman, for all these details. I hope that everyone had a good overview about Chikushi Campus, the IGSES school, and the program. And now we can invite a current II student at Kyushu University, Ahmed San, who is currently at second year PhD program, to talk to us about his experience, why he chose Japan, Kyushu University, and how was the process to apply for the II program, your life at IGSES, and so on. Welcome, Ahmed San.
You're welcome. Thank you, Dr.
Yes, the stage is yours.
Okay. First of all, if we want to talk why we choose Japan, generally Japan is one of the places that we are really interested to visit as one of the Middle East people. I'm from Egypt. So since I was young, I was really interested to come to Japan to visit it, to know something new, to visit a new place for me. And I was lucky enough because I attended a similar webinar before with Dr. Abdulrahman, so I knew about everything, how to apply and all of this kind of stuff. So I think you're lucky as well, and to know all of these kind of things. So I just applied, and I remember that I applied by the deadline. I didn't apply from the first stage, so don't hesitate to apply. This is my advice to you. And since I came here, I think Dr. Khalwa talked about Fukuoka City before. And yes, Fukuoka City is one of the beautiful cities here in Japan. And the life here is really convenient. And our campus in Fukuoka City, and specifically near Onoju City and Kasuga City, those cities are really beautiful. And if I will talk about my experience in even in as a PhD student, the work here is I mean, there's no too much pressure on me on the work itself. Okay, you can just handle your time. You can come to the lab and do your work, etc. Yes, it is not easy. It takes a lot of time, and we need to spend too much time on our work as PhD students or master students. But there is no too many pressure on us, so we can work in a peaceful way, or in a peaceful environment, as I can say. And maybe that's it. If anyone wants to ask something, it's okay.
Yeah, so maybe you can tell us about your first time in Japan, how the process was in terms of setting up your life, dormitory, the process of opening a bank account, the scholarship, within 1 minute. What can you say?
Yes. Honestly, the dormitory is one of the most convenient places to live in. So now in Chikushi campus, there is a new dormitory inside the Chikushi campus itself, so it will be really convenient for the students who will come after that. Before I lived in another dormitory, it is not too far away, and it was really convenient as well, I can say that. Opening bank account wasn't that hard. Everything is listed in some PDFs and some files, so I just followed the rules, the instructions, and went to the bank. I applied for the bank account. It's opened. It was super easy. There's no problem with that. And yes, that's it.
Okay, perfect. So now you are D2 and you must be now so busy with preparing for the D3 graduation process. So we appreciate your
Yes.
time, Ahmed San. We wish you all the best. And yeah, so now we move to Samsan, a current master student at IGSES. So Samsan, thank you for your time. Thank you for waiting. And welcome again to our session.
Could you give me access to
Mhm.
share my video? To share video, please.
Yes. I think now you can share your video. Great.
All right, perfect.
Cool.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Sam Desai, and I'm an M2 second year master's student at Kyushu University. I'm just wrapping up my master's degree, which is very exciting. And I guess I'd like to share some of my experiences. I'm originally from Canada. I've been here for 2 years now. And I mean, it's been a great experience in general. So ever since I was a child, I've always had a fascination for Japan. As long as even when I was in kindergarten, I had a teacher ask me, you know, they asked all the students what they wanted to be when they grew up, and I told the teacher I wanted to be a samurai. So I mean, I was very fascinated with Japanese culture, history, technology. Even I read once in a book, if you ever consider a country to be scientific by the amount of head count of scientists it has per capita, Japan is considered one of the most scientific countries. Even I guess post-war, the exponential growth in technology and innovation that grew from that was always fascinating to me. After my bachelor's degree, I worked for 2 years as an engineering consultant. I got tired of that. I was, you know, I'm young, flexible, and one of my siblings always told me, rejection is better than regret, right? So even if you're rejected from the application, at least you don't have the regrets, right? Rejection, you know, it'll sting a little bit. It might last a few days, a few weeks or whatever, but regret will last a lifetime, right? So if you ever have the inclination or the will to study abroad, I've never heard anybody regret studying abroad. You know, it's always a fascinating experience, especially coming from Canada itself, right? And whenever I travel back to Canada, I realize how deficient it is in many different areas, right? So I've even extended my stay in Japan. I'm pursuing my PhD, hopefully. And you know, starting October, I'll continue an extra 3 years, and then we'll see where life takes me afterwards. Japan, I guess, has really treated me well, especially when it comes to the area that I'm in Chikushi Campus. It's very close to the city. If you want to escape into the city, or if you want to escape into the mountains, there's a lot of hikes, a lot of you know, natural reserves around the city itself. Very good location itself. Not too busy and not too quiet itself. It's just right in between. When it comes to the master's research is a balance of class time and then research activity itself. So make sure you balance that efficiently. You could finish all your master's courses within the first year and then focus your second year on your research and writing a thesis, or if you're ambitious, you could write a journal paper and a conference paper. We also have in-house conferences on campus as well. So it's a great opportunity to jump on board. Also, let me see what else I could talk about.
Tell us about the gym. I know you're enjoying the Chikushi campus facilities, being regular at the gym.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We have a gym in the campus itself. It's open every single day. I'm always there. You come say hi. There's always people around to help each other out. So it's a very welcoming community. There's a lot of activities, a lot of every Friday we play tennis. We have like a tennis club. There's also like social events that we do. Even sometimes we'll do trips to visit different cities, and you're bound to find somebody that has the same energy as you. People from all walks of life, and yeah, it's a very good community in general. In our campus, I could say the same for all the other campuses as well. Since I have friends that are tied with those campuses, and we speak highly of those places as well. And then when it comes to the banking system and getting all your paperwork done, that it's a bit of a, from my experience itself, I feel like in Canada everything is very digital, right? Japan, they still use fax machines, they still use a lot of paper copies, right? So for that, it was a bit difficult for me to adapt. But again, there's always hotlines. You could go to the student affairs office. They have a website that you could contact them through, or even if you need phone help, right? There's always people to help you. Colleagues, right? They're always available to help you to overcome some of those hurdles. And then yeah, finding a place after living. So you stay normally 6 months within the student dormitory, right? And then afterwards they'll help you find a place. There's a lot of agencies available. They'll even come to the dormitory itself and then present some of the available housings that are around the Chikushi campus. Even phone service, right? We have a list of student plans for phone service. So as soon as you land, you can quickly get a phone, and then contact your friends and family through that. And you normally need your phone number in order to deal with all the other I guess responsibilities. But yeah, those comes with time, and as long as you have somebody that can guide you through that process, which there always somebody available, then it's a very seamless transition.
That's a great, Samsan. Like many students they are asking whether studying in Japan is hard in terms of earning the credits and having classes. What do you think? Are you facing any challenges to meet, like to understand at least, especially that you're studying English, right? So
Yeah.
tell us more about this one.
No, I think all the professors are highly qualified in their teaching abilities, even in their language skills. So I was always concerned, oh, maybe I won't be able to understand their accent, right? But after the first lecture, you kind of get your ears almost fine-tuned to the accent, and then you pick it up much better, right? Even though a lot of teachers will give classroom handouts, there's and the classes, they're not so difficult. They're, as long as you dedicate the time towards that class, then absolutely manageable, right? Same thing like I mean, you guys are post-secondary or even maybe bachelor's degree right now, and you're probably used to the workload, right? But I could say that it's very very manageable, especially alongside your research, right? So in my first year here, I tried to tackle all my courses, and at the same time, I got very far with my own research. So yeah.
And I believe you will also be having time to have free Japanese courses that
Oh, of
that
course.
are provided by our school, right?
Yeah.
So those who are worrying about the Japanese language, they don't have to worry. Actually, they can study Japanese beside their research and lectures.
Yeah, and there's all levels of Japanese. So if you're being proactive and you're studying before you come here, when you get here, there's a Japanese level to meet your ability, right? Your proficiency level. And then if you're beginner as well, right? If you have zero Japanese skills, there's always we have the entry level course as well. So yeah, they'll go through the fundamentals, and then you could continue on from there.
Exactly. Great. Thank you very much, Samsan, for your time,
No
for
problem. My
for
pleasure.
sharing with us your life in Japan. We wish you all the success and good luck for your future PhD studies as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So again, our friends, we hope that you enjoyed the session. Again, please check the official website of Kyushu University and IGSES School and the II program to prepare well for your application before the final submission. You still have time actually to check all the requirements. And as Dr. Abdulrahman mentioned, try to be patient with connect with the professor. Make sure that you're having matching proposal. Also try to be flexible And hopefully, when you're selected for an interview, try to be do your best to be well prepared in terms of expecting questions, reading about your research plan in advance, and be let's say what you have in papers already. So these will help the professor to understand your profile and to know you more in terms of personality, character, etc. Just be brief. Try to answer as the question, like to answer the question exactly, and with a smile, you can hopefully come to Japan and you can enjoy being a student here at Kyushu University in Chikushi Campus. So if anyone is having question, please don't hesitate to tell us your inquiries. We are here happy to explain things to you, and also our friends here, they will be happy to tell you more about their life in Japan. So someone is asking whether we can get the webinar recorded. Yes, so if it's okay with everyone, we can share the recorded session with you. And by these, I would like to tell you guys that the J-MENA has a YouTube channel, so you can watch these video and other recorded videos for other webinars on the YouTube channel. Also, we have recorded interviews with our friends who are studying at Kyushu University and other Japanese universities, actually. So you can watch them and learn more about the process of application, why studying in Japan, the different opportunities. So it's good to have an idea about the country, because once you will be selected for an interview, professors will ask you why you would like to study in Japan and why you'd like to study at our university and what are your future plans. So it's good to be specific and to have a map for your future, let's say, plan. Another question. I think we still have time, so we still have 7 minutes.
Well, I think there are several questions unanswered, like one from Sarah Sakr. She asked, hi, I'm sorry I didn't attend from the beginning. She asked about Faculty of Medicine. Actually, the Faculty of Medicine is not included in this scholarship because this is only for engineering and sciences. Yeah, next is from another person, Chahd Murghami. What's the name of the guy's school, please? The name of the school is Interdisciplinary Graduate School of Engineering Sciences, okay, in Kyushu University. So how could I reaching, another question, Anwar, he asked, how could I reaching out the supervisor? It's really hard to just reply. So actually the reply from supervisor takes time, but you just send a short email, and after 2-3 days, you should send another reminder. If you find no response, that means he is not willing to receive students, or he's not interested in the new students. Then you can start to contact different professor. And sometimes the list of supervisors, if one supervisor, after you find the name, you click and you search more than the only website of his research in Kyushu, because if one supervisor is retired already, but his name is still remain there, the lab is there, but there are associate professor or assistant professor running the lab, then he cannot, of course, answer your email. Then, yeah, just do some effort to get the reply. So another question is, I want to apply for master degree. This is not the master degree, it's PhD scholarship. But if you want to apply master degree as a self-funded or different program, not IEI program, you can check also the website of Interdisciplinary Graduate School, and you will find all list of the requirements for the master international master course. I have a certificate. My bachelor and doctoral studies were in English, and this enough because the language test is expensive. I believe that you mean your master and bachelor, not doctor. So from Mahmoud Qasim, the language test is expensive. Of course, we understand, but you have a B2 certificate from your own university. You can issue this certificate and you apply with this one. I want to ask about age. Age is 35, as we mentioned. I am Muhammad. I am a pharmacology master student. I don't know exactly the date of graduation. I'm still eligible for a PhD. Yeah, should be graduated before September 2025. Yes. So this is, I try to answer all these questions, so
Good job.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm not sure if the Dr. Khawla, if there is option for students to talk or they just type.
Well, if someone, I noticed like someone raised his hand or her
Yeah.
hand. We
If
have
someone raise hand, maybe easier to ask his question and then we can answer also directly.
Someone is asking about research proposal, actually, how to do so. So in order to prepare a good research proposal, we highly recommend that you can read about the research you would like to work on, so to have a good idea, general background about what's going on in terms of research. And based on these, you can develop your own or define your research niche and try to read about the how to resolve this problem. And as a reference, you can read previous research papers and try to understand the process, and then you can set up your idea. And to have it an attractive research proposal, try to suggest an innovative way on how to resolve this problem. So it's good to, let's say that having or presenting a research proposal would show your academic skills in terms of reading, analyzing, writing, and trying to be innovative. So try to read a lot, try to read some research papers, and as Dr. Abdulrahman mentioned already, try to check the research publications of the professor you're aiming to connect with in order to have an idea about how he's focusing on this research, what kind of facilities he's using, etc. So it takes a little bit of time, but it will help you a lot to define a good research plan and to discuss it with your future supervisor. So do not make this document makes you a little bit hesitating. No, just take your time, and yes, it's good to be prepared in advance. So still have 2 minutes if someone is interested to know more about the list of supervisors is final. No other professor can be connected with the graduate school. Yeah, try to be try to follow the list of the supervisors that are mentioned in the list. And yeah, if you'd like to connect with another supervisor, well, we cannot guarantee whether you will have a response from his side. So trying, you will not lose anything with trying, but yes. I have more than 35 years, so yeah, unfortunately, you can consider other programs, let's say, but for this program, we have to follow the eligibility requirements. Yeah. So again, if you'd like to know more about studying in Japan in general, we have an official website called Study in Japan, where you can have a general idea about the requirements. If you, for example, for some people who cannot meet the requirements for this program, they can find another alternative program matching their, let's say, their status. But again, it's really important to check the requirements, to submit your documents before the deadline, to be well prepared, and to be patient with the supervisor as they are so busy. So we hopefully everyone can get an acceptance before the deadline.
Yes.
Is there a
So
specific
yes, sorry, Dr. Khawla. Yeah, I can give just one tip for the contacting supervisors. If you find a suitable supervisor for research and you send him an email, but you didn't get a reply, you can of course find his research group and find the members, and then you can contact one of the members of his lab. For example, you find a postdoc or senior researcher or PhD student, then you can contact the PhD student and mention to him that I'm interested to join this group, and I send an email to a supervisor, but he is busy for reply. Can you ask him if he's interested to host new students? Maybe that will help a little because students or researchers has maybe less number of emails. Then he can answer your email and try to contact the supervisor and inform you the truth. He is not interested in new students, or he missed your email, then he can arrange the interview. So this is another way to contact supervisors. And it's better to go with the list already updated because sometimes if you contact someone out of the list, maybe he's in another campus, then you cannot guarantee he's eligible for the scholarship or not. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abdurrahman.
Thank you.
Yes. So again, if anyone is having a question, okay, we have until the end of December to apply for research masters. So yeah, for master programs, we need to check actually more about the calendar. Yeah, to apply for research masters. So depending on the program call, we have to check the calendar. So yeah, here are some students are curious to apply for the master program available at IGSES. So please, here I can share with you the email address of our office so we can get back to you with more details about the program. So yeah, I think we can end up our session if there are no other questions. So thank you everyone for your time, for joining us, and special thanks to our colleagues, Dr. Abdurrahman, for your time and sharing all the advice. Also, special thanks to Ito-san and Unua-san for their hard preparations for this webinar, and for our friends, Ahmad-san and Sam-san, for their time, for sharing their life in Japan to our prospective students at Kyushu University. Again, everyone is welcome to join us, and as Samson mentioned, do not hesitate to try. Rejection is better than regret. And I always say that through the application process, the preparation process, you will learn a lot. You will get familiar with the application and everything. So do not hesitate to try. Do not hesitate to connect with us. And good luck to everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. And
Everyone.
bye bye, and have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.